for me.
Alrighty. Let us get some music. Because nobody wants elevator music.
Everybody wants elevator music.
You make elevator music, I make elevator music.
Isn't that from a song?
Rap God.
What?
Okay, that's what it was, dude. I totally blanked, dude. I'm like, this sounds very familiar.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So, last we left our adventurers, they have now entered the city of Squirrelhalt in search of wealth, adventure, and other desires, I guess you could call it. They went off and found various shopkeepers, did various tasks to start off their adventures within the city. In doing so, however, our druid Leah, Bard, Zaris, and Ranger Shao all went to go see a speech made by the king in regards to attacks that happened to the south, down in the city of Mohavdalar and Helgarun. At the very end of the speech, after introducing the new council mage for the crown, if you could call it that, an assassination attempt occurred, where a group of cloaked figures attacked from range and up close the king and the various guards protecting him. In the melee that happened afterwards, our three of the 5 adventurers helped fight back, managing to dispatch 3 of the guards, taking 1 by hostage and 1 getting away. After that, questions were made. Praise to the Raven Queen was had by some, and the true adventure began within the city in trying to figure out what the hell happened and who the hell did it. After delving into the sewers and finding some information as to these cloaked figures, the party went and found different things to do to try to bide their time and prep themselves for whatever may come next. Some decided to get into a fighting tournament, where our barbarian Gundor has partaken in his first round, managing to come out with 13 HP. Or is it 7? I can't remember. Because you have 13 down right now.
I think I was down at 7, and then I used my healing ability.
Right. So, after a hard-fought round, you became victorious against 2 other fighters. While there is another round to be had, and then the championship, we will find out what happens. Shao, our ranger, went and found alchemical supplies and began doing research. Where Zaris, our bard, did his job as a bounty hunter, or at least tried. Managed to find a small job here or there after not exactly doing well in the performance realm on the street corner. Where our druid and member of the Calicophora, Leah, went and snuck in as a cute little butterfly with her wolf Z into the restricted section of the Calicophora magna within No Hayden. Unfortunately, because Leah is not here, we will find out what happens with her story next week. But until then, we have other stories to partake in. So, who do we want to start off with tonight?
I'm kind of out of commission for like the next 12 hours because I'm still doing my alchemy technically. So
I
Right.
remembered I did really bad on my investigation checks for finding bounties. So I don't
Yes.
remember. I don't even remember what I found.
Yeah, you found like a pickpocketer for like 50 gold.
So at this point, I'm pretty sure we're just waiting for Gundor to finish his fights because Leah's not here to finish her library arc, and Alavar is watching the fight. So
Yeah.
Yes.
We can start with Gundor, and then we'll meet up or something. I don't know.
Okay. So going back. So it'd be probably an hour after the tournament started. After all the announcements, your fight, and the second fight getting prepped, I would say. So, Gundor, you get out of the ring, bloodied and beaten. The orcish fellow, having been laying on the ground, having to be dragged out, actually. The other fairly skinny but strong-looking fellow, managing to pull his own out, but kind of limping away after that final blow that you struck. You go up to Alavar and begin your rest while the fairly large half-giant man steps into the ring, along with the skinny, kind of frail-looking older fellow, and just the half-elven, fairly brawny for a half-elven fellow, stepping into the ring in finely clad leathers. So, Alvor, Gundor, while this fight's going on, do you guys want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna come sit down next to Alavar. I'm gonna try to find some water first, like something on a table or something. Grab
Oh
it.
yeah.
Go sit down. And next to Alavar, and I like throw the water on my head, and I'm like breathing like hard. Heal me now.
Is the bartender still around?
I mean, yeah, the not the bartender, the front man, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
They are still there, but they're like getting the guys into the ring and
Okay.
announcing their names and stuff.
Now, when the dude caught me the first time, did he mean there was no healing, like, at all? No magic voodoo?
Well, no, he it was basically no interfering while the round is happening. Like
Oh.
that was what he said.
You know.
Generally, I can't remember from like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
But he basically said like, hey, no magic during the fight.
So, Gundor, how bad you doing, man? You almost got your ass
Extremely.
kicked. Okay. Just show me where it's at, and I'll go ahead and start casting Cure Wounds.
And I'm just like giving him the middle finger as I'm pointing to the areas. Like, can't you fucking see?
I cast Inflict Wounds instead. Okay, I'll start off with casting Beacon of Hope. And
Okay.
then I will do a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Okay. So that's 2 3rd level spells?
Yes.
Okay, so
That-
5 points, I believe, for each?
It's max healing, so... Oh yeah, 5 points for each, yes.
Yeah. So it's
minus that.
three. So it'd be 3d8, which is 24. And then
Plus
plus
6.
whatever your
Plus 6.
modifier. So
Yeah.
30. 30 points of healing.
Yeah.
If that.
That feels a little bit better.
How many fights you got after this, man? I mean, we only got a certain number of these.
I think I have to fight the champion out of these three,
Ah,
or the winner out of these three, and then the champion after that.
okay. I'll just try not to get fucked up too much on this one here, and I'll do a second cure wounds. So that's another 31 hit points.
Alright, so that
Okay.
puts you up to max.
Yep, and that puts me at 17 mana.
John, oh, there we go.
All right, sweet.
Alright, so you got 17. You're good there.
Do. All right. Ooh.
Alrighty. So, while your wounds are being cured and your bruises are healing, the front man steps up. So, our second round. After a good first round, we'll see who wins of the second. We have our reigning champion, and he points to the half giant fellow. Tribal tattoos and grayish skin. Kind of looks dried and cracked, but strong at the same time. He looks over. We have a brand new contestant who's never fought before. Introducing, and he points to kind of the older, frail kind of looking gentleman. I didn't really have a name for him originally, or I can't find my notes, so we'll call him Bob. And finally, which previous champion and runner-up of our last fight.
No.
And he points to the half-elven fellow. We'll name him Jim because I also don't have my notes on that either.
Whew, scared. Thought it was.
He points to you directly, Alivar. This happened from now.
¿Qué tú dices?
So, no funny business. Fight fair like the first rounds. Once the person is knocked out, please don't go any further. We don't want any, friends. And he kind of gives a side point to you, Alivar.
What the?
You don't have to have them doing their jobs, so keep it fair.
I ain't doing shit for free.
You say this out loud.
Yes, as I sip some of my ale. You get one.
Fair fight as he's backing out of the ring. Good luck, and on the bell, begin your fight. You see, the half-elven man kind of crack his knuckles. The half-giant just kind of cracks his neck. And you see the frail gentleman kind of mutter some words under his breath, and he uses his hands and makes a few gestures. As you see, he kind of almost like there's a stretch afterwards, and new almost like a rejuvenation that happens in the way that he stands afterwards.
Did Anthony go silent for everybody else?
Yes.
I was wondering if I was
wasn't
going
saying
crazy. This is where you come in, Gundor. Gundor. John? John?
What?
So,
If he's talking to you.
what? No, I wasn't talking to anyone.
No, I'm not. I'm not in this fight, am I?
No, you're not.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I thought he was
Yeah,
in
bro.
the fight.
Like,
Oh,
this
my
is
bad.
this is round
My bad.
2.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
man.
round 2.
I'm tripping. My bad. Continue.
So, the bell is rung. The half-elven man and the half-giant start running towards each other. Half-elf goes for a low punch. The half-giant parries off and proceeds to like back knuckle punch the back of the elven man's head as he like stumbles forward into the corner of the ring, kind of coming up against the ropes and turning around. The older gentleman starts running towards and then punches the half-elven man across the face and then once to the gut. The half-giant comes around and actually picks up the elderly man and proceeds to freaking tombstone him over his knee as the elder man falls to the ground and proceeds to start getting up. The elven man goes up for 2 punches to the gut and then proceeds to duck the half-giant's wild haymaker. The elderly man gets up, throws a punch at the elf, proceeds to duck underneath of that wild haymaker, and then gives a hearty punch to the gut for the giant.
Thanks for the sub, man.
A few more blows like this are taken as these 3 are just going at it. You see about halfway through, the elderly man kind of wipes blood away from his chin and proceeds to whisper under his breath and do some hand gestures, and his hands kind of glow a little bit. Like there's a almost like a unnatural radiance to his hands, and when the next time that he manages to land a punch on the giant man, there's almost like a flash of light when he punches him, and it seems like that hit when it lands hurt a lot more, and when he pulled away, it actually left a bit of like a sunburn or like a burn mark. A few more punches are thrown. You see maybe a kick to the groin or 2, a few knees to faces and stuff, and you see the half giant actually picks up the elderly man by the throat and picks him up off the ground as he kind of dangles there and is like trying to like grasp at his throat, and then he proceeds to walk him over and throw him on the ground, and with a loud thickening thud, the man is knocked unconscious on the ground. The elven man gets 2 more blows on the half giant as the half giant turns around to him, and more punches are thrown, ducks, dodges, weaves, and with a final blow to the face. One giant knee with another with a loud whack. The half giant proceeds to break the nose of the elven man as he falls onto the floor of the ring, bloodied and unconscious. He kind of waits there for a minute and then just kind of like relaxes a little bit. Kind of, just turns to the crowd and raises his arms, and the rest of the crowd just goes wild and, proceeds to clap and cheer. The front runner grabs like two of the wait staff and like tells them to like pick up the elven man off the floor, and they pick him off the ground. One of them actually has a towel and wipes up the blood from the broken nose and stuff, and they carry the elven man out of the ring as the front runner goes into the ring. Our reigning champion reigns again in yet another victory. Well, since our champion won this round, actually, there will only be one more round for this fight. And that will be the winner of the last round to our champion and winner of this round. And looks to you, Gundor. Are you ready?
I stand up and I start walking forward.
Alvar sits up on his chair. Gondora!
I'm ready.
You got this. You got this. I sit down back quietly in my chair.
Alright, so you join the ring. And even though the half giant looks hurt, he did not sustain many injuries last round. So he's still looking pretty okay.
I just I'm in the ring at this point, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm just gonna speak to him in giant and just be like, "How are your injuries? Do you need a moment to rest?"
I am okay. It's whether or not you're gonna be okay that you need to be worried about.
All I can do,
Replies the giant.
all I can do is try my best. Good luck. It is going to be great fighting with you. In giant.
May the Stormlord be with you.
Aw, thanks.
As he kind of takes a bit of a kind of a brawling fighting stance, he readies himself. The front man comes up between you. All right, both you fought good fights. I'm expecting another one. Remember, no funny business, but anything and everything is allowed, as long as you don't take it too far. No weapons, though. Fair fight. No cheating. No undercutting. things like that. Good luck, and may Talos have praise on the winner. And he steps out of the ring and goes to the bell. Gundor, you ready?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, I need you to roll initiative.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. So, you were going first.
So, how tall is he compared?
You're what, 6'8"?
7.
You're 7. He's pretty much your height. Maybe you got an inch or two on you, but not much more.
Okay. Bonus action, rage.
Alright.
Going in. 2 punches right off the bat, reckless on both.
Alrighty.
Oh, not 23.
That will hit.
What?
Nice.
That is for
I
the
don't know if it's
reckless.
mine.
Then slash R1d20 plus 7.
Okay.
Does the second one hit?
Well, you're doing reckless on both.
Yeah, you're doing
Sure.
reckless on both.
Yeah, didn't it roll twice?
No.
No, not the second one.
Oh, well, it was a 16. Because it went 22, 27, 15, 16.
Yeah, we don't see the 16 yet.
Oh,
Type something else, see if it pops up.
okay. $26.
Yeah. We
Okay.
still don't see it, so, but
I see the 26. No.
Yeah.
That's okay. That happens from time to time.
So, do I hit?
Yes, you do.
Okay. This is for the first one. Slash R. 1d4, I believe what you said. Plus 4.
that would be 2d4 because you crit.
Okay, well, I'll do R. 4. Does fist count as a melee? Fists do count as a melee weapon, right?
No, they are an unarmed attack.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
So that's for the first one. 1d4 plus 4. Oh, okay. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. 23 points of damage.
Why'd you roll 3 times for damage?
Because the second one was because of the crit.
Well, the crit, I was saying it should be 2d4, not 1d4, because you just double the dice.
Oh, no, okay. No, I see what happened. No, okay, I'm sorry. When you
That's
said
okay.
2d4, I just instantly typed in 2d4. I meant to roll an additional 1d4.
Oh,
So,
okay.
just that one, then, I guess. So we'll just take that one.
So it'd be 17 points of damage.
So 8, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage because of rage.
Well, it wouldn't be 19?
2
Is
points.
it- Oh,
First
right.
spec.
For each hit, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the first roll is for your first attack with the natural 20. So that's
Yes.
12 points of damage. The second attack I'll go with the single D4, just because that was the single D4 for the second attack. So that would be 8 more points of damage on top of your 12. So that's 20 points. And then how many is your adder for rage?
For each attack, it's 2 points.
So it would be 24 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure the math was correct, and you know.
I got
Too
you.
many
I got
too
you.
many dice were rolled.
Yeah, too many dice were rolled, and I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. Alrighty, so 24. Okay. All right, so you managed to, with your first strike, get him straight in the head. The second strike, you get him a good undercut into the stomach. He kind of winces after he recovers from the strike to the head. And with
What was
that,
that?
he's gonna come in for
That's-
strikes against you. So he gets 3 strikes with advantage. That is a 14 to hit.
Yes.
14 hits. John, you there?
I said miss.
Oh, miss. Okay. 16.
Hits.
Natural 20.
Hit.
All right. So the first attack is 9 points of damage. Second attack is at the crit 12 points of damage. As he gets a quick jab to the front of your face, you see white and your head goes back. As you recover, you get a quick punch to the gut, kind of lifts you off your feet, and you stumble for a hot second. The final strike swings, and you manage to duck out of the way for that one. Your turn. Miss. Why did you only take 10 points of damage, though? Should be 21 points of damage total there.
Raging?
Oh, halved, sorry. Gotcha. I forgot he was raging. Never mind. 9 is a miss.
Is John having back problems?
Sorry, I'm muted. I keep forgetting I'm muted because I still got food in front of me, so I'm trying to like eat and mute so you don't hear me chewing. Okay, so yes, sorry, I'm raging. So because I'm raging, you did 12 points of damage to me, reduced to 6, and then 9 reduced to 4.
Right.
Okay, and that was I'm raging. So I'm sorry, I'm not raging. I announced reckless before. I'm doing these attacks reckless.
Okay.
This is the second. Ooh,
Miss.
bad roll.
That'll hit.
See if I crit. Okay, so slash R1D4 plus 4. 9 points of damage.
Alrighty.
That is my turn.
Alrighty. So, you go for a wild haymaker on the first attack, and he parries it away. But your second strike, you get a good jab into the a good uh, left hook into the side of his abdomen. He kind of winces, but stands ready. He's gonna go with another three attacks. That will be a miss with a 3 and a 2. That is a 19,
Hits.
and that is a 23.
Hits.
Alright, so the first attack does 7 points of damage, half the
Is that-
3.
Okay.
And then the second one is 6 points of damage, half the 3.
Okay.
So he comes in and just 2 quick jabs to the top of your chest. And it kind of like pushes you back as you step back like an inch or two. This has just become kind of like a boxing brawl. You guys aren't doing any crazy moves. You guys are just ducking and dipping and seeing who can land punches. And the crowd is just kind of like standing there with like, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Like who's gonna start stumbling? You can see Alvar. You can see the crowd's eyes are kind of going back and forth between the half giant and Gundor. So, all right, your turn.
All right. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna type this command in, see if that works. No. Okay. So I just rolled the first d20.
Yep.
I was hoping it would do that, but
Well, your first one hits. And the second one hits.
see if I get crit.
Yep.
Oh no, that's a crit 1.
Well,
On
you
that
did
one.
get a crit, but
All right. So /R 1d4 plus 4. 8 points. D4
all right.
plus 4. 8 points again.
All right. So 16 points of damage. All right. So you get a good right hook into the upper part of his abdomen, and you manage to get a second left hook, which he tries to parry, but he misjudges it, and you get him right across the face. You see a little blood come out of his mouth. Maybe a tooth too, but you're not sure. You're just seeing red right now, so you can't really tell what is your red and not his red. So, with that, he readies himself again, and he's going to go in for another 3 strikes. That is a 19,
Hits.
17,
Hits.
and that's like a 23.
Hits.
Alright, so for the first attack, that's 9 points of damage.
4.
Second one's 9 points of damage.
4.
And the third one is 8 points of damage.
4.
As soon as he readies himself again, you see him just grit his teeth, and almost like a quick like boxing, just like pop pop pop. He just jabs you with the front hand, jabs you with the backhand, and then proceeds to give you a quick short uppercut again with the left hand. And you just kind of like blink for a second as you stumble, and your eyes kind of go cross-eyed for a second there, and you see him again, ready to go in for another set of strikes. It's your turn.
Too reckless.
That will definitely hit. Nice.
Natural 20. Alrighty. Did that last one roll?
Yes, it did. So
Okay,
the second one hits as well.
Alright, so slash R 2d4
Yep, 2d4
plus 4. 7, 8,
So
9.
9, and then
Slash R 1d4 plus 4. 8. So 17.
alrighty.
How's he looking?
He's looking hurt. He's looking bloodied. He's got, his one eye is swollen. Not swollen shut, but just like bruised, and you can tell like you got a good hit in there. You see maybe a few bruises starting on his abdomen and stuff. But he's still standing.
Okay.
All right, so he's gonna go in for 3 more strikes. The first one is 16.
Hits.
Second one is 17.
Hits.
The third one is 15.
Hits.
All right. Just like before, instead of your face, this time he just hooks to the left of your abdomen, punches you right in the gut with the right hand, and then comes up with an uppercut again with the left hand. So the first hit does 7 points of damage, half to 3. Second attack, again 7 points of damage, half to 3. And the final one is 7 points of damage, half to 3.
Dang. Dude hits hard. Alright, is he ready for me?
Yep.
Alright, reckless. Boy!
Nice.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for the second attack.
Yep. There's no need to for the first ones.
Boy, dude, if you look at that dice, that almost says 20.
That's cocked. That's cocked.
I'd say that's cocked. You could roll again.
Alright.
Oh, we're really doing that? That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I was just joking.
Alright, so 18. Does that hit?
Yes, 18 hits.
Alright, so slash R 2d4 plus 4. Oh,
Nice.
10,
That was a decent
so
hit.
12.
Alright.
Slash R 4 plus 4. 6, 7, 8. So 20 points damage.
Alright. The first attack, he's actually going to use his Stone's Endurance. So that halves the damage to 6. And then the second attack, you said 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He was looking pretty hurt at this point. But you see with your first strike, you get an amazing uppercut on him, and his head goes back, but whereas usually, like, his head would go fully back, like, it just seems like it just, like, stops halfway through, and he just pushes down against your hand and looks at you, and just grits his teeth. And then you manage to land another hook into the side of his abdomen. So he's gonna go for his 3 strikes. That is 18.
Hits.
Second attack is like 22.
Hits.
And the third one is 17.
Hits.
First one is 7 points of damage. Second one is 6 points of damage. Third one is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So altogether, with the raging, you should have taken 9 points.
Yep.
All right.
Alrighty. Rage. Reckless.
Alrighty. So the first one hits. Where's my photos going? Let's rise a team up.
So both of those are good.
Yes.
Okay.
They just barely hit. Like you see, he started to parry, but he's like, he kind of got wishy-washy with his parries.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16.
Alrighty. Just need to look up one thing that I forgot to look up. There it is. Okay. Asmir, Verbolg, Kenku, Goliath. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just looking up one thing.
Ah! No!
Alrighty.
Thing good?
Yep. Okay. So he's looking rough at this point. He's got a bloody nose. You can see the one eye is like fully swollen shut. He's looking pretty hurt at this point. The first one's a 17.
Hits.
The second one is an 11.
Miss.
Shoot, that one was cocked. And the third one is 16.
Hits.
So the first one is 9 points of damage. And the second one is 7 points of damage. as he gets two more, a strike. He goes for a wild haymaker, and you duck underneath of it. But when you duck underneath of it, you miss his other hand, and you get a good pot shot to the abdomen.
All right, going in reckless.
Alright. The
Bruh,
dice gods,
bruh,
the dice
bruh.
gods are looking favorably upon you.
Slash R 4d4 plus 4. So
How do
that's
you-
two different.
How do you want to
Oh,
do this?
awesome. All right, so after he hits me, I'm like, okay. My first attack, I am going to punch him in the gut. And then as he leans over a little bit, I'm then going to give him an uppercut the other arm and knock him back.
All right. As you do this, he kind of stumbles backwards and trips over himself, and he tries to catch himself, but he falls and lands on his back, and he's just laying there dazed. His nose is just pouring blood at this point, and there's a little bit of a pool of blood underneath of his head, starting to well a little bit. The front man kind of puts his arms up and is like ringing the bell at this point. Halt the fight! Halt the fight! It seems like with the fall of our previous champion, we have a new champion. He gets up into the ring. Um, he gets those those two helpers again, and they start helping out the half giant fellow. As he comes up to you, bloodied and beaten, uh, and gives you a swift pat on the back as your rage begins to quiet, and he looks to you, looks to the crowd. He grabs your arm and he lifts it as high as he can reach. Uh, we have a new reigning champion. Good job. Whoa! The crowd goes wild and begins chanting and cheering. Gundore, Gundore, Gundore. As they chant and they go, the crowd, uh,
Gundore.
also begins to help, the giant man get out of the ring. Someone kind of puts a wet towel over his face, and it seems like the crowd, although they were here to see fights, they also seem to have a respect for those who were willing to go into the ring. And they're helping him, and once they get him to consciousness, an ale is swiftly put into his hand, and compliments are shared to his fighting skill. The front man looks to you as the crowd is chanting. He holds out a bag of gold for you to take. Your winnings for the fight. Congratulations.
I grab the bag and I nod, and I'm like, thank you.
Now, now that you have your gold and the fights have been won, someone get this man an ale. He points to you swiftly, and the crowd cheers, and the front man begins exiting the ring and ushers you to follow.
I follow.
All right. And so with that, your fights are done. Over the next couple hours, whether you choose to partake in ales quickly and swiftly being thrust into your hands, partake in them or not, uh, you and Alvar can either choose to stay for the merriment and parties or do whatever you wish to do.
I'm gonna when it first starts up and everybody's like cheering, I'm gonna go sit down next to Alvar. I'm gonna count the gold. How much gold did I get?
I don't know. How much gold did you get?
So between you and whoever, so there were also formal bets that were occurring as well, and a portion of that goes into the winner's pot. So the more people that bet, the better, the fighter does, essentially, whoever wins. So you come out of there with 400 gold.
400 gold.
Yep.
Hey,
And it's
Gundor.
mixed
So,
between gold and silver and copper.
so
I'd
oh, go ahead.
I'd probably say for this, there's probably 100 gold pieces, 200 silver pieces, and about 100 copper.
All right, I pull out about 150 overall, like out of the 400, and I slide it towards Alvar. I couldn't have done this without you.
Well, I appreciate that offer. I asked for like 27 gold. But I'm glad I could help. It's getting late, and I'm probably sure the others have already headed to bed.
Yes,
Shao hasn't.
I'm,
She's up doing potions.
Yep.
I'm ready to get out of this town.
What time is it?
At this point, after Alavar and Gundor have partaken of their merriment, probably about 10, 11 at night.
Can I? Did I already do my bounty thing?
Yeah, I would say that this pickpocket probably wasn't very good. You were able to quickly and swiftly pick them up and dispose of them at the local guard. There were actually two bounties for two separate crimes that were fairly large that this person did. So the second one you didn't know about. So you actually get 75 gold instead of 50.
Ooh.
Man, everybody's making gold and I'm just wasting it on potions.
But you're learning.
The
Yeah.
life of an alchemist. I feel it.
Okay. And
I mean,
then
I got 2
with
successes,
it,
so.
at this time of night, can I go to the since my contact wasn't there earlier, can I go to the bar and see if my contact's there?
Yeah, sure. I'd probably say that with when you started your bounties and things like that, you're coming up on towards the end of the party and stuff like that. So Alavar and Gundor are actually still there when you enter the bar. So at this point, it's probably about 9 o'clock when you get there.
Okay. So I'll walk in. Then do I see
Perception
my
check.
contact anywhere?
Because there are a lot of people in this bar and a lot of action occurring.
19.
Why do I not see that roll?
Yeah, I'm not seeing the roll.
You rolling it to GM? Oh.
No,
No.
he did
No,
a
not
public
even-
roll.
I can take a screenshot.
Just refresh your page. I'm sure it'll pull up
Yeah.
if you when you refresh.
Me or?
I think your connection got botched. It was a 19 though. It was 19 and then an 8 at disadvantage. Yeah, it didn't save your roll because your connection was botched.
Yeah, so if you just want to roll again.
Man, it's not gonna be as good as that 19. He rolled again and it's not showing again.
Try rolling again.
Oh,
Oh, there you
God.
go.
oh my
There you
god.
go.
Okay,
No,
okay,
stop,
okay,
stop,
seven.
Oh my lord.
I feel like my page just
The
crashed.
19 showed
Oh
up.
my god, my page just crashed.
Your page just crashed.
Yo, I'm not what is wrong?
Dude, Matt just lagged out.
God.
Thank you,
Oh my
Steven.
god, you actually disappeared for the Roll20 list too.
Well then,
Oh jeez,
You're
I've
no
never.
longer a player.
That is hilarious.
fuck 16 gigabytes of RAM, am I right?
Let me guess, you're using Chrome too.
Yeah.
I'm using
Uh-huh.
Firefox and mine didn't crash.
That's because you're using Firefox.
Well then, I'm back.
Lord.
That hurt.
I love how he said, "I'm back," and
I
then
know,
like he
it's
started
like went
cutting out.
robotic.
Two times in a row, I roll and it doesn't show, so then I get mad.
And then it just rolls a fuck ton.
Then I just
Oh my
spam
God.
click it until it fucking decides to work.
Chrome's only taking up 2 gigabytes.
So, what was the first roll you guys saw?
19, 18,
Death.
death. Well, I'm assuming that's good enough to find his contacts.
Sure. No, since I got the 19 now, it's actually showing. I'll use that. Yes, you are able to find the contact. He is in his back usual corner. Even though the corner is a little busy, a little busier than usual.
Okay, I can't remember. There was something I wanted to ask him, but I can't remember because it's been so long. So I'll just ask him. I'll just go up and sit down and say, "Give me the update."
Please.
So, the cipher was harder to crack than we expected. However, it seems to be a logbook of various guard positions and other, official business within the city. It seems like they were casing this for quite some time, and since they were, attempting to do what they did, I would say they've been casing the place for quite some time, potentially a month and a half, maybe two. But other than guard positions within the city and other, inner workings within the city, there's not too much pertinent information that we've found so far. I mean, we can delve further, but in seeing what we've found now, and with how long it took the cipher to be cracked, I don't know whether or not this is worth it, considering the other information you already know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just their notebook for the city, there isn't much need to know everything. But I appreciate you finding out what it was, and I kind of hold my hand out expectantly for the book back.
He kind of looks around just to make sure that nobody's looking, and then proceeds to like slide you the book as well.
Okay. And do you have the code written down so I may translate it later, or translate anything I find later on?
I don't have the cipher with me, as I wasn't the one that was doing the translating. However, I can get it for you if you want.
Please. We're going to be trailing these guys, and anything else they leave behind, I want to be able to know what it is without having to come back here every time.
Okay, certainly. It'll probably take me till tomorrow, but I can get the cipher to you. Where are you staying? So I could potentially have like a courier get it to you, so you're not waiting on me or trying to find me.
Where am I staying? Where are we staying, DM? I don't remember.
Rusty Tankard, I think?
Or
Or is Rusty Tankard the bad, inn?
I believe the Rusty Tankard was the really, really bad.
Got it.
Let's see.
We're staying at the one that Gundor and
The Graven
Alavar
Lodge.
were in. The one that they were doing their enchanting in when the king got attacked.
With Thog.
Oh yeah, was it that orc bartender, right?
Yep, the orcish fellow.
Yeah. So what's it called?
It's the Graven Lodge.
Right. Staying at the Grogan Lodge. Just have it delivered to the orc bartender. Say it's for Gundor.
Okay, can do. I can. I'll begin working on that, trying to get it to you quickly and relatively decently as possible.
I'd appreciate that. And thank you for the information. If you find anything out, anything pertinent or major about, what was the name of the assassin again?
The Black Skull.
Yeah. Anything about the Black Skull, where their headquarters may be, or what their next plan of action is. Don't hesitate to send me a message, and I will send you a message back with your fee, of course.
Certainly. Just let me know when you're leaving the city so I can, arrange other methods of getting you the information.
Will do. And then with that, I will stand up, and knowing that Gundor had a fight here earlier today, I'm going to look around to see if he's still here.
Okay. And fair enough, it's easy enough to find Gundor and Alavar, as, there are many people that seem to be gathered in like 2 or 3 points, one of them being Alavar and Gundor. People are asking you two about, your history and where you came from, where you learned to fight, oh, I could take you, you don't seem too tough, just standard banter and it's almost like a football game with the media like surrounding the people who did like the winning catch and stuff. So it's fairly easy to find them.
Yeah, we had a good game last. Better this weekend.
I'll admit they had us in the first half.
But boy, did we really shake them up.
All right, so Zaris, you join Alavar and Gundor.
I walk over to Gundor. I'm assuming with the celebration you won.
Yeah, I did. I'm the new champion.
I hope that doesn't mean we have to stay in the city. I'd kind of like to chase after those, you know.
Calm down, calm down. I had no intention of staying here.
Guess he's gonna be under for some time then.
I was mainly doing this to try to get some money, but when I first heard about this, I was going to use it to try to get some information. But sadly, it didn't let me get close to anyone that I thought would have that information. So, what brings you into the bar?
Just finding more information, seeing what my contact delved up. All he found on the book was it was essentially their notes for casing the city, detailed guard routes, things like that.
How many
Go ahead.
how many days do we have to get there? To Scalamere? Like I know there's a deadline.
Oh yeah, on the map there was the date and time.
Yeah, I think an attempt is gonna happen. Does anybody have that information?
Yes, I do. I'm pulling it up. Squirrelholt, the Adamantian Hearth, 3 p.m. and Rusty bed. Is it the Rusty or Rusty bedpost? I wrote Rusty.
Rusty.
Yeah, it's Rusty.
And we have to go to Scalamere,
Wasn't there a
right?
day though? Like, or because for that's for Squirrelholt. Sorry, for Scalamere. Yeah, Scalamere is the day is the feast on the Feast of the Moon at the etheric transfer at 4 p.m.
And that translates to how many days away?
DM
For what?
to get to Scalamere.
When is the Feast of the Moon? How many days away is that?
So let's see. Let's pull out the calendar. Okay.
Is this a calendar we should have?
Probably.
I can get it to you guys.
I'm assuming it currently contains DM information. So.
Probably does. As is voodoo.
No, it's actually just like the standard one that I am using.
Accidentally gets handed God's journal.
What's this?
Honestly,
that's when I die.
If you guys want the calendar for this world, just look up the Forgotten Realms calendar.
Oh, okay. And that has like events and stuff on it?
Yeah, so it's got the 5 holidays on it.
Okay. Got it. And how far away is it from this time?
So right now, you guys, I believe, are in. Shoot, where did? Oh, there it is.
We're in Squirrelholt.
I'm pretty sure when he said we are in, he means like the month that we're in.
Oh.
What? I'm not understanding this calendar. What month?
It's
Uktar?
whatever month. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we're asking Anthony, is what month we're in.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I messed up. It's not the Feast of the Moon holiday. Yeah. Because I'm looking back at like my far back notes. It's actually supposed to be midwinter. That's the one it was supposed to be.
And
So it's
where are
supposed to
we
be.
now?
So it's supposed to be wintertime right now.
That's spring,
Yes.
summer,
Yes. Yeah.
Good to know.
midsummer.
So the holiday is when?
So you're
Beach of the Moon. There it is. There's Uktar.
Is Feast of the Moon the correct holiday though?
No, Feast of the Moon is not the correct one. I was
Damn
supposed
it.
to be saying midwinter. That's the one that has been referenced.
Okay.
but you
So
guys,
the etheric transfer on midwinter at 4 p.m.
right. You guys right now are in deep winter, or also known as Hammer, which is like the official name of the month.
Oh, so that's not until like next year then?
No, it's in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, if we're in Hammer, that's when that's during midwinter.
Yeah, midwinter is the next holiday.
So what
So
what day?
How many days away?
You said 2 to
Believe
3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 weeks. I can get you like an official exact date.
We just
That-
want to know
that-
when we
I
have
was
to
saying,
be in Scalamir.
That's good enough for now. But how from Squirrel Hall riding on our horses? How long would it take us to get to Scalamir?
To do that, let me pull up their map. Let's see. Take you guys. I mean, it also depends on which way you take. Because you could go south to Caldbeck here and take the western road, or you can go up past the Silverstone mine through Randba and go that way. So I mean, it really depends, but
I do believe we have to pick up our horses.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah,
go
we
back
have
and
to-
get the
We have
horses.
to go. We have to go to Halskior anyway. So I think the northern is faster.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, our winter gear.
What do you mean?
It's still going to be pretty cold in my hometown.
We have our winter gear. It's winter right now anyway, so it's a good thing we have winter gear.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm pretty sure I bought a white coat, big overcoat. Let me check.
I think I just bought a cloak.
Yeah, I bought
Okay.
a white coat.
So we're in Scalamir. We got to go to Halskior. And then
No,
from
you're
where?
No,
you-
we're in Squirrel Hall.
Oh
Yeah.
no, okay.
Whole
Okay.
different ball game.
Scalamir's on the coast. But when in character, Zaris is gonna kind of whisper to Gundor and Alavar, maybe we should take this conversation to a more private place.
I mean, I don't think you can get more private than this. I mean, everyone's drunk.
We can
And yelling.
We can head back to the hotel.
I can't, but
I agree. And I think Shao is there. It's good to include Can. Who knows where Leah is right now?
yeah. Either way, we'll set out after we talk in the morning.
And as we're walking out, and just walking. So I wonder if we get to Scalamir early enough, if we'll have time to stop by the neighboring tribe.
It's
What?
possible, but when we get to Scalamir, we need to find out where they're being held up. Because if the sooner we can find them, the better. If at all possible, we don't want to wait until the day of to find the
Yeah.
Black Skull.
I
And
mean,
that's completely fine. And that's fine. I would just like to at least visit the tribe before we at least leave the area. It'd be
Yeah.
a shame to miss out on that tribe.
As a side note, though, before we leave the city, I do need to wait for my contact to send me the cipher for the book. he's sending it to the inn under. He's sending it to. I told him to send it to Gundor because they're going to be delivering it to your orc friend, and I figured if it was addressed to you, he wouldn't throw it away.
Well, I don't know if he can read common.
But he knows your name, right? So if he gets a package that says Gundor, he'll know who to give it.
I mean, perhaps, but Gundor and Giant is spelled differently.
Spoken Dore.
Maybe just give him a heads up that you'll be getting a package, and when it comes in, give it to you.
I'll do my best to make
And then
sure you get it.
as soon as we get that package, we'll be out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll try to make sure we get it.
All right. So you guys begin heading back to the the Grogan Lodge. You guys get there. Xiao at this point is kind of wrapping up her experiments, just kind of cleaning the glassware and getting it all in order.
Well, that took
to be-
12 hours? Damn.
Well, yeah, because you started at what?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. So. Okay, so you're. By the time they get back, it's probably about 11 o'clock at that point.
Oh, so that means that I'm
So-
like working on my second potion then.
Yeah, you're working on your second potion at that point. So.
The first one was a like failure, so I guess they just see like a cauldron of like blood red liquid that didn't turn out very well.
Yeah, it's not necessarily cauldron. It's you got a little tiny glassware setup kind of.
Shout! Did you murder someone?
No, but if you drink that, it'll murder you.
Ooh, should we bottle that up?
Probably not. It's not very potent in terms of like if I were to stick it on arrows or something.
Oh, okay.
It's just full of deadly herbs, so I wouldn't recommend drinking it. You can try if you want to though.
No, I mean, maybe.
Oh, speaking of bottling something, Chow, do you have an extra potion? I wanted to try something. Or potion bottle.
Oliver is gonna like pour some like dip empty potion, like get a bottle full of it.
Okay.
You're getting a bottle full of what?
Of your failed potion.
Oh,
Which
my
is-
failed one. Okay.
Well, there's also there's really only a potion's worth of stuff, anyways.
Yeah, and it's like squid ink consistency, so it's like super thick and convoluted.
Yeah, it is. It's not very good. It's kind of like the consistency of like
Jam?
used motor oil.
Yeah, because I was trying to go for like
Okay.
a sticky squid ink consistency when I was making it. 'Cause I
So
was trying to
no
make
slipping it in someone's
useful for
rum.
potion. I mean, useful for arrows and stuff.
But, so, can I just borrow a bottle for a moment, Chow?
What did you need it for?
Just hand it over. I want to try something that I thought of today.
Okay, go ahead and try drinking the potion. She hands him like an empty glass where
And I take the bottle and I with a cork because I need a cork as well, and I want to pull my bottle of never-ending smoke, and I want to try to make like a smoke bomb to like pour the smoke into the bottle and try to cork it and see if it stays in there.
So what?
So I want to see if
You're trying to cork the smoke from your ever smoking bottle.
correct.
Okay.
I want to see if I can just make like a smoke bomb to give to like, preferably Gundor, like gets in a sticky situation where you can like smash it and have like a couple seconds of smoke.
So as you try to do this, you like try to fill like bottle the two like neck to neck together. But as soon as like you let go and you try to close both lids, the smoke seems to dissipate after a little while within the bottle.
Because it's not airtight.
Well,
Well,
now
I think it's because it's magical smoke.
Oh. That's also
Roll-
a possibility.
roll an Arcana check.
Hey Yanis, if you missed some streams, you can go ahead and check them out on our YouTube channel.
Natural
Tabletop
20!
Adventures.
Yeah, it's because it's magical smoke.
Yes, Yanis, you can see Alvar be a blind death man as interrogated by a... Very entertaining.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you
Well,
missed...
that kind of sucks that it's magical smoke, but that's okay.
Correct, there's 3 streams that are 4 hours long. Plenty of content for you to watch.
Okay, but I'll hand the bottle back to Xiao and say, it was worth a shot. And I just want to like sit down on one of the chairs, look to everyone in the part, look to everyone that's here, and say, anyone seen Leah lately? Do we know where she went?
Shell's just like busy working on her second potion. She just kind of like says over her shoulder, "Nope, don't know where she is."
I've been at the tavern most of the day.
I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. And in the meanwhile, what's our plan when we get into Scalamere? Because we're planning on leaving in the next day or so, as soon as we get the cipher for the book.
I assume we're gonna find a place to stay and go about the area those...
Maybe even try to make some friends with some of the important people in town.
Uh,
And I'm just going over my notes, just to see what we have, because and for the notes on around Scalamere for the map that Leah read to us, it didn't say the etheric transfer was the only location for Scalamere, right?
What?
Because for Squirrel Holt, it had 2 locations. It had the Rusty Bedpost and the Adamantine Hearth. So I was wondering if Scalamere also had 2 locations. Because we got that map that was down the sewers that had the locations and the stuff written around the locations in Undercommon.
Anthony, did you hear him?
I think Anthony's muted. Or he's gone.
No, he's typing in chat. He's typing in D&D chat.
he's only typing to you. I think.
No,
Someone
no,
too.
Stream
I'm
chat.
talking on stream.
Oh, you can see that he's typing? Okay.
Yeah, I can see chat.
Yeah, but it isn't... Okay, never mind.
Sorry, guys. I've been looking up a thing or two in my various books. I'm sorry. What did you say about Undercommon and
On the map that we got that had all the notes on it in Undercommon, the for the notes around Scalamere, was the etheric transfer was the only location on there?
Yes, and it gave you the time,
And
location,
the day.
and the day, which was
Yeah.
midwinter.
Yeah, and I have that. I just wanted to make sure because Squirrel Holt had 2 locations, and the Rusty Bedpost is essentially like assuming their outpost where they did a lot of scouting or whatever. So we need to. I need to see if we can find a map, or does anyone Does anyone here have a map of Squirrel or Scalamere?
DM, do I have a map? Would I?
I don't believe you would have a map, but you've been there a couple times, so you kind of know like bigger buildings and kind of where they are in the city, but you don't have like an exact.
If you don't know what
And
we're
I
doing,
remember we tried to. Didn't I try to see if I could buy a Squirrel or a Scalamere map from the cartographer here? And he said he didn't
Yes,
have one.
yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Okay.
So it'd be too much work for the guy.
Yeah, because he's already got enough work trying to deal with the city.
Okay. Well, I think we know what we're doing now, so we just need to wait for the cipher, wait for Leah to get back, and head out.
I just nod. Gundor stands up. I'm gonna go speak with our friend. I'm gonna go find the tavern.
All right, so you're gonna go find Throg.
Yep.
All right. You go downstairs, and you don't see him in the main area. You kind of look around and wait for a little bit. He doesn't seem to be around.
Yanis, if you don't know what we're doing,
At this
you can
hour,
always go to the
he
YouTube channel
might be
and
asleep.
watch the
He
previous
might
stream,
be
so then you know
out
what we're doing.
doing something. But it's up to you whether you want to try to wait for him longer or whatnot. I'd say you've been there for about
Really
15
pushing
minutes
this
waiting
YouTube
for
thing.
him.
Just head on over there and hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around a little bit and be like,
Watch the previous
Dog!
streams, get all caught up. and wait for him.
dog, and giant. I mean, not giant. What is he? He's half orc.
Okay. A few minutes go by. Then you hear a door open towards the back, and you hear the heavy footfalls of Throg. Yeah, what do you want? He kind of likes rubbing his eyes as he comes out. No shirt, just like Skyrim trousers. I guess you could call them. Just like drawstring, like pants.
I just walk over to him, and I'm just talking to him in orc. I'm sorry to wake you, but I just wanted to let you know, friend, that we'll be staying another night, maybe 2 weeks. And I'm also expecting some mail.
Good to know, friend. Mail goes
Okay.
up front. Good to hear staying with Throg. More nights. Please let Throg get sleep.
Dog, go to sleep.
Throg will see Gundor in morning.
Dog, we'll see Gundor in morning. Gundor see Throg in morning.
Have good night, Gundor. He
Aye.
kind of starts to walk back towards the back end.
I just go back and meet up with everybody, and I look to Zaris, and I just give him a nod.
Okay. And do we all have separate rooms? I forgot.
You and Shao were sharing a room, I believe.
Oh, were we?
I think so. I think we had like 3 rooms. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't remember exactly. It was too far, but you guys can go to your respective rooms, unless there's going to be more conversation or whatnot.
No, Alvar's like half asleep and half drunken on the chair as they're talking.
Oh wait, that's right. I had to pay for Zaris's room because he had no gold.
At the time, yes. So yeah, so I'm just gonna. I think we're already in mine and Child's room, so I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Alrighty.
Okay, then 10 on that. Hold up, let me roll. I do go upstairs eventually and go to bed.
Are you sure there's not a setting spell that you want to talk to someone before you go to sleep?
I don't want to see Daddy.
Oh God.
I knew you'd get the joke.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nope, I do not have it prepared. The less they know, the better. And for all of us as well.
all right, so, you all find yourself to sleep, except for Shao. You're done your potions at like 4 in the morning. You clean up. By the time you get everything all finished up, it's probably about 4:35 in the morning. It's still dark out as it's nighttime. But the two full moon, or the 2 moons are still up, high and bright in the sky. So you eventually find yourself to rest as well. And for those of you who went to bed early, you guys find yourselves awake probably around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, somewhere in there. Shao is dead asleep at this point, and Leah's nowhere to be seen. You're not quite sure where she is. Alavar, you can choose in your drunken state to be either still asleep or awake.
What time is it?
Probably about like 9, 10 o'clock. You would have gone to bed about 1 o'clock.
Let's around 10. Around 10, so
Okay. All right.
a
You
little
wake up
bit
a bit
after
later.
people.
When I wake up, I want to take some ink and do little circles around Shao's eyes to play the same joke on her that she did on Alavar so long ago.
Alvar already got me back for that.
I did. But it's okay. Zars doesn't know.
All right. I am going to say roll a stealth check. Or no, I'm sorry. Sleight of hand.
15.
That barely beats my passive wisdom, like just
Yep.
barely.
Yep. So you draw 2 raccoon eyes in ink around Shao's face. Well, eyes.
Around her face.
And then I'll go downstairs, find Alavar, just kind of like nudge him and say, "Wait till you see this."
Shh. See what?
Oh, you'll see.
You
Just-
seem
just-
way
just-
too happy.
Just don't say anything.
Okay. I'll try not to. Whatever it is.
And I'm just gonna eat my breakfast and kind of wait for Shao to come downstairs.
Okay.
Same here. I'm just eating my aspirin and water.
I would have woke up early enough to help out with breakfast.
All right. So you get to consciousness. Shao. Um, by the time you wake up, it's gonna be about lunchtime. So I know you guys are looking to stay around for Shao, but I didn't know if you guys necessarily wanted to do anything waiting for her.
Because essentially, I have like
No.
2 hours. Well,
Yeah, you've got like
I'll-
2 hours,
I'll,
3 hours.
I'll gamble with Alavar.
Ooh, I would love to play cards with.
Okay. Do you guys want to do a wager game or something?
Yeah, we'll do one. We'll do a wager game.
All right.
What was that dice game that I played before
Graveyard
that I
Games?
cheated at?
That one
Oh,
was. Let me pull out my dice game things.
You want to try to cheat?
it was
Come
like
on, man.
we chose whether we chose like high or low, I think, or something. Or I mean, you don't remember exactly how it worked.
man, I haven't done anything for the entire 2 hours of this stream just because of fucking alchemy.
Regerts.
Alchemy's a bitch, unfortunately.
That's how I feel when I do enchanting.
Still waiting to use that sword.
That game. I can't seem to find my medieval dice games thing. Huh. I've been organizing my office, and all my notes are everywhere right now. Just because you guys produce so much paperwork for me.
Not
No,
sorry, Reese's, not a sponsor.
Okay, do you know how to play
Last
5
3
cards?
weeks.
However, if you guys want, we can do a simplified rules version. It's not, you won't actually be playing the game itself, but
Whatever's
Since-
faster.
so. Alright, so this is just dice. So each player gains a number of tokens equal to their charisma modifier.
Oh baby,
I feel.
What did you say?
What?
You like got robotic.
Oh, I said I felt cheated, but okay. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah, we hear you
Okay,
now.
okay. Sweet.
Yeah. So, one at a time, players roll a number of d6 determined by the DM. I'll say 2, adding their gaming set proficiency on top. Winning rolls are 4 to 6, losing rolls are 1 to 3. All sixes gain tokens from one player, or 1 token from 2 players. Since there's only 2 of you, you'll just gain 2 tokens. More than half win, gain 1 token from 1 player. Half win, half lose, nothing happened. More than half lose 1 token to 1 player. So, I can moderate while you guys do your dice rolls.
I don't have proficiency with any gaming tools. I just have my dice.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so there won't be any proficiency modifiers added. So this is just going to be a game of luck then.
Okay, okay. Oh, do we do sleight of hand?
No, that
No,
was
that was my sleight of hand for Shao joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it just
We're
popped up on
rolling
my screen.
2d6.
Okay.
And I don't remember what numbers are what, but
All right. So, uh, all right. So it's whoever ends up with 0 tokens loses. That's how this game works. So Zaris, you have 1 loss and 1 win. Alavar, you have 2 wins. So Alavar, you get a token. So you're both at 2 now.
Yeah. Okay. And then just for, so we're putting it on the table now. I put 5 gold on the table for wager.
Okay, I put 5 gold too.
All right, so 10 on the table. That's a double success. All
Ooh.
right, that's a success failure.
Ooh, back to 3-1.
Yep, 3-1. Win loss, win. 1 back to Alavar.
Yeah.
2 loss. 1 win, 1 loss. Another 1 to Alavar. So now it's 3 Alavar, 1 Zaris.
Oh,
All
no.
right, 2-2.
Okay, here we go again. Did not roll.
Wait. Did it roll for me?
Oh, okay.
I saw the.
'Cause
Yeah, I saw
I see the 2-5, which is what I rolled. And then a 5-4 for Matt. Or was 5-4 his last roll?
No.
5-4 was his first roll.
Yeah, 5-4.
5-4 was his first roll. So, success loss.
Alavar wins the game.
So, yep, Alavar wins.
Well, no, wasn't it 2-2 though
So
after the
yeah,
last
it's
one?
2-2. So now it's 3-1 Alavar.
Okay, and then this is contesting his 2-2 roll, right?
Yep.
Oh no, okay. Whatever. It's fine. I don't know what it is now.
2-2 again.
2-2 again. Double success.
Okay. Do I need a roll?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
3-1 or 1-3 Zaris.
Wait. So am I winning?
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
you have 3
winning
this
again.
one.
Okay.
Come on, just shoot me in the foot.
All right, 2 successes.
And 2 failures from me.
I got 5-4.
I got a 3-3.
So that means that Zaris wins the game then, because you're at 0 tokens
Zaris.
now.
Yep, Zaris wins the game.
Ah, 5 gold, baby.
That's to my headaches, Horace. Good job. We shall play again, but now for the surprise you have waiting for me.
She should be getting up anytime
Oh, you
Yeah,
did
is there a
something
mirror
to
in the
show.
room?
Yeah, I would say there's a
Cheating.
mirror.
No.
Okay,
Just-
so I get
just-
up and I look in the mirror, because that's like part of every girl's morning routine, obviously.
Are you a girl though?
Yes? Well, technically I'm genderless, because, you know, but
So,
She-
so
she-
did,
What a
her
gender.
persona is female, so...
Okay.
Isn't that part of everybody's routine in general, is to get up and look in the mirror?
I mean,
No, most of the time I throw my clothes 5 minutes before I have to leave to work.
Wait, seriously?
that's what we dudes do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I look
Brush-
up, do I see, like, the ink on my face and stuff?
Yes. You are quite the raccoon.
Okay, I'm in my, like, white-skinned humanoid form, right?
Yes.
Can I change to my changeling form? That way, so it's, like, my gray skin with the black... Like, my darkest gray skin with the black
yes.
raccoon eyes?
Yes.
Okay, and then can I, like, take out some ink and, like, I don't know, do something else on my face to make it look like it was intentional?
Sure.
Like, to make it look like it's like war paint or something, like tribal paint, something like that?
Yeah, roll a... Screw it. Performance check.
Yikes.
what's that going?
One.
What's that going?
Oh!
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I was
Put
really
paint-
hoping that was gonna be a sleight of hand.
You put paint
Rip.
on your face.
She has running mascara.
We'll see what it looks like.
Okay, so how does it look? Because I'm obviously like looking in the mirror. How does it look to me?
it looks. Uh, you know the Joker movie that just came out?
Yes.
Yeah, we watched that today.
Yeah, so imagine that, but instead of diamonds around the eyes, it's just circles. Uh, it's
Like
not
Riot Joker or Performance Joker?
I would say more Riot.
Okay. I'll change my skin to like pale white instead.
Okay.
Like super, like almost like paper white.
Like porcelain,
Yeah.
almost.
Raven Queen, is that you?
And then I'll come downstairs with like a grin on my face.
Alright. So you all see Shao come down this creepy, like clown-like, kind of like smile made of ink around her mouth, and the raccoon eyes that were put on in the previous evening. Uh, it's quite the horrifying visage.
I lean in and whisper Zars. That's what you did.
Not exactly what I had in mind. Look, I guess she found it. I don't know what she did.
Okay, because I'm really starting to think she murdered someone. Looking great, Chow. How you doing? Want some water?
Shao just kind of like flips him off.
I just walk around the corner.
That's uncalled for. I was being nice.
I walk around the corner with a plate full of veggies, and I just look at her. And I just grab one of the pieces of veggie, and I just throw it at her. And I'm like, you need to eat. You're looking a little pale.
I want to try to catch it.
Roll dex check.
Straight dex.
Yeah, straight dex, yeah. Gundor, roll strength check.
Okay. Oh, that saving throw might be.
So, you see, Gundor, you pick up a carrot, you just chuck it at her real quick, and like almost like lightning, she just catches it in front of her face. Just looks down at the carrot.
I put the plate on the table. That's my girl. Eat up.
Thanks. She crunches on the carrot, and as she like walks by Zaris, she whispers in her ear, "I can make poisons, you know."
Just a harmless joke.
You should probably ask President.
She's just going to leave it at that, and then sit down and then glare at him while she eats her vegetables.
I'm gonna scoot away from the awkward, just like a few feet, before adjacent murdered.
Halfway through her eating, I'll cast Prestidigitation in your face.
Okay, the ink is removed.
I'm still like porcelain white though, right?
Yeah, you're still porcelain white.
I'll go back to my humanoid form.
Alright.
Not as funny as I thought it was going to be. Zaris pouts.
Shao just like smiles at him. Like she has like a smile of contempt on her face.
I wanted the reaction that everyone got when Alibar got pranked.
Oliver's face went numb though. Like he couldn't talk because I used a Canis root, which made his face go numb.
I still have nightmares, Shell.
Yeah, but now that I know what that ingredient does, imagine the poisons I can make to make it worse.
Somebody dead lag for 10 hours. That's an amazing poison.
It'll be like me, like when I licked that black potion, except it'll last for longer.
You should totally make arrows that do that.
I don't know how we'd shoot it into their mouth, but I can try.
Oh, it has to be that chested crap.
I think you're missing the point, Shao.
She kind of like tilts her head in question.
Like, when you hit somebody with the arrow, that part where you hit them is going to go numb. So if you shoot a dude's foot, technically you can't really stand.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's actually like poisonous if it enters their bloodstream, but I mean, if I'm shooting them, I'm sure I'm like intending to kill them anyway. So.
If you're shitting them.
Did I say shitting? I'm pretty sure I said shooting.
You said shooting, but it just almost sounded like it. Like, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyways, since you decided to play that joke on me, I'm not going to give you your potion anymore. However, Gundor, thanks for the carrot, and I toss him a potion of Fortify Health.
Okay.
Aww, thanks.
That was a Fortify Health 1, right?
Whichever one gains 1d12 temporary hit points for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's Fortify 1.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay, Zars. I got you, FB.
Thanks, Alabar.
Health. Just say 0.5.
I want to like look over, to look around the room. Is there a package anywhere?
Roll a perception check for me. You do not see a package around.
I want to nudge Gundor and say, "Go ask, Throg, was it, to if package came for me this morning,
Oh,
or for you, rather."
I'll just go look where he told me they were gonna go be. And I'm just gonna walk towards the front area where he said the package would be at if it was there.
Okay. Where he said the packages and letters come in, there's kind of like a almost like a chest. When you open it up, it's there is a small parchment paper wrapped thing, and there's a label on it with Gundor.
Is that the only thing in there?
Yep, that's the only thing in there.
Alright. Pull it out. Just put it on my side. I walk back into the main room with everybody, and I just pull it out of my bag, pull it off my side, point it at Zaris, and lightly toss it to him.
Sweet. And then I'll just open it to double check to make sure it is what I think it is.
Yes, it is. So it's a. It's not exactly like a portfolio, but it's like, it's like a piece of leather, that's been etched, almost, or stamped, I guess you could say, with the cipher on it. Probably to prevent, if it got wet from it being destroyed.
Okay. I just put it in my inventory as cipher key.
Okay.
So it's the key for the cipher. And then I tuck that away in my bag and just say, before I put it in my bag, I just hold it up and say, with this we can translate anything else, or we can translate anything else we find from the Black Skull, as assuming they use the same code for everything.
Well, I would say we could leave, but where's Leah?
Here, I can find her. Shout just like shouts out Z at the top of her lungs.
Okay. Minute or two goes by. You don't hear anything.
I point
Oh,
over.
she never came back last night.
I point over to the floor. I left some scraps for Z. He never got them.
Did she get captured last episode or something?
No, last we left off, she was in the restricted section of the library.
Yeah, but they
Yep.
shouldn't have taken like that.
But we
long.
stopped in the middle.
Well, I'm just
We
trying to
stopped in the
remember.
middle for doing that.
Yeah, but
So-
she still would have come back last night.
But does anybody know she's in the restricted section?
What?
I kept trying to say restricted.
section.
She didn't
Does-
tell anybody where she was going.
Yep,
Uh,
that's right.
Zaris looks to Alavar. Don't you have that spell that you can talk with people?
Well, I did yesterday. I figured she was gonna come back to the tavern at the end of it, so
You're cutting out pretty bad.
oh great. Okay, how about
How about it?
okay?
Oh my God, Matt.
Are we good?
breathe.
Are we,
Yeah, we're good.
are we sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to repeat.
Don't
it.
be, Matt.
Oh,
Stop,
God,
Matt.
You are
What?
not having
Oh.
a good night.
Oh.
All right. Are we
You
good?
can't even say, "Oh my God." Lol.
Hey,
Oh my god.
switch to the other crazy house.
What?
Probably the
So-
We
right.
have it's our
Oh, your
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi name. Got it.
Too many people in the same Wi-Fi network.
So maybe everyone else is on the other one. Okay, are we all good?
Yeah,
Now
much
you're
clearer.
much better.
Testing. Are we all good?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're good. We're good.
Oh my god, do I have to
You have to what?
I don't think that was him breaking out. I think that was him just complaining.
He's left the call.
Okay, are we all good for the love of tits?
Yes. Could you
For
not
the-
hear
Okay.
us?
Demonetized.
No.
Demonetized. Rip. Demonetized.
Oh my, come on, it's a
I'm
tool.
kidding.
No,
Wait.
no, we haven't shown any nipples, so you know
Yeah,
we're good.
yeah, we're still good. Just don't zoom in on Goondor's picture. That's all I'm
Guys,
saying.
just don't mention Hong Kong, and then we won't get demonetized.
Nah, we can talk about political stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so I do not have sending prepared because I thought, she would come back to the tavern at the end of the night. I didn't think about her not being here.
Okay, time to hunt for Leah.
Okay.
Well, if she didn't come back, that's a little worrisome. We should go look for her, see if we can find out her whereabouts.
Yeah.
And she didn't say anything to any of you.
No, she didn't.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I left from her and went to the tavern.
All right. Well, then, can I go up to Leah's room and look for any clues that say where she was headed? Maybe.
Okay. So when you go up to her chamber, because now that I'm looking through the notes, Xiao and Leah had a room, Gundor had his own room, and Saris and Alavar were sharing a room.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so he drew an Alavar's face as a practical joke.
Nah, I would have gone into your room and done it.
You would have noticed that Leah wasn't there then.
Huh. We'll just roll with it.
I also would have noticed that Leah didn't come back. If I was up
But-
until 4:30.
Yeah.
Either way, I go into the room and look for clues, like, anything that said where she was going, or like maybe she left in a hurry, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So roll an investigation check for me.
Damn it.
So you see that her travel bag, like her long distance travel bag, is still there. However, her staff is not. Her, of course, Z isn't. And a few other things aren't around. Like usually you see that she's got like a travel cloak. She doesn't have that with her. So that cloak is there on the bed. You do see there is a book that is out and open.
What book is it?
You see it is the whatchamacallit.
The whatchamacallit.
Yes, the whatchamacallit.
Canon. Bork.
Very
Bork.
good book, by the way. It's it was called Realm of the Shadowfell, and that's because it was already open. So you look at the cover, and you start looking through. This section was just glancing through. This section was talking about particularly, like the Raven Queen and her war against Orcus, and the how the negativity of the Shadowfell unfortunately can spawn some of Orcus's creatures from his original demonic war within the Shadowfell with the Raven Queen's followers, and it's just going back and forth about the fight to keep the undead dead and whatnot.
Okay. I want to go head back downstairs and say, well, all of her long distance stuff is still here, so I think she might still be within the city. How 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 large is the city? Just out of curiosity.
The city?
Yeah.
Probably 750K to a mil people.
No, I'm talking about like size-wise, like.
Size-wise. I mean, if you think about a city that's 750,000 to a million people, I don't know, maybe like
It'd be like the size of Layton. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Layton even had like. No, Salt Lake City.
yeah, like Salt Lake City size,
Oh,
probably.
okay. Pretty big city.
Yeah,
Salt Lake
it's
City is like 50 miles in every direction.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's a little more condensed than probably Salt Lake, but quantity of people wise, it's about that same size.
Push to talk.
But Zara scratches his chin and looks to Shao. Do you still have that spell that can locate items?
I don't believe I ever had a spell that could do that.
Didn't you have a spell that was like we used it during like when we were fighting Mara? You have like locate item or something, right? Or was that Alavar also?
That sure wasn't me.
That one. Okay.
This was me. But I do not have it prepared either.
Oh, great.
Roll?
Zaris roll. I roll my eyes and cleric useless.
I am sorry. I was prepared for combat today, Zars. I didn't know what to expect.
Well, I have an idea, and I just sit down and crossing my legs. I'm gonna try to pray to my ancestors to see if they could try to help me in trying to find Leah.
Okay. Roll a religion check.
Nope, they ain't helping.
I see nothing.
Same.
I think roll 20 is just not having a good night.
Apparently not. Try rolling again.
Well, it
I think it
was
could also be
a.
the fact that we're using digital dice.
Go back core.
No, that shouldn't have too much of an effect.
Well, digital dice, it makes it so it doesn't pop up in chat until after the digital dice have finished rolling, and it might be just glitching out.
Hmm.
Did that show up?
Nope.
No. Click it multiple times until
Oh
it shows
God,
up.
no.
There we go.
Not
No,
that many
quit,
times.
quit.
That's how you fix it.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
And Alavar's gone. No, just kidding.
19.
Yeah, digital
Nope.
dice are just fucked, I guess.
Have resource monitor open. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, so with 19, you hear a whisper. I believe she's still in the city, but I can't pinpoint where exactly. She's in the rich district, I know that much, but that's as far as I can tell. And it fades away as the sentence ends.
Thank you, Homera. I have a location. Well, a roundabout location.
Where?
She's in the rich district.
What would she be
Which
doing
one's
in the
that?
rich district?
I
Don't
don't think
know.
there's not a district called the Rich District, right?
Right.
Is there a district that we could pinpoint as well, Thea? Wait, you have a map of it?
Yeah, this is Squirrel.
Oh, why don't we have the map on Roll20?
No, I didn't. I never got the chance to put it on Roll20.
It doesn't have labels though, so
Yeah, it's not like Helgaroon, where it has labels.
Right, it's just like... I'm saying to like give the viewers a reference of like what's going on. Because right
Gotcha.
now they're looking at a white screen that might not be the most entertaining thing.
Yeah. Let me. Got the picture. Let me pull it up for everyone. Score hall. Boom. Boom. And all of my pop-ups are going crazy now.
Oh boy.
Alright, let's see. Drop. Score halt is now in. Let's see. So, handouts. Add. Handout. Score halt. Oh, I forgot the second R. And Player's Journal, all. Save.
There it is.
There it is.
Ba 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 ba.
Now that you're going at least the size of the city,
Right.
big at least. So what would constitute the rich? What would we know as the rich district?
So you guys would know the Rich District as the Steel Terrace. And it's kind of like the rich and upper class district within the city. That's where
Okay.
the adamantine hearth and the Calicophora Maxima is. It's also where the No Hayden Exchange is as well.
Yeah. I know that almost every city we've stopped in, Leah's gone in searching for books. Is there a bookstore in that area?
Uh, there is not in that area, but looking at your map, pardon me, there is a bookstore in the. Let's see. I believe it is in the Cedar Meadow. And it's not exactly a bookstore. It's more of like a magic shop. It's called Curios and Mystery.
But they would have like, they're known to have like books about stuffs.
Potentially. I mean, it's a magic shop. Most magic shops would have, spells and books of sorts, but there's not directly a bookstore labeled on the map. But
Well,
if you could ask around, you might find something.
I think that's a good place to start, especially if it's on the way to the rich district. Is it?
Um, it's on a side road or something, but you can make a quick stop if you wanted.
I think Leah may have gotten into a little bit of trouble, especially assuming she didn't come home last night. Eric will come back to the hotel. Uh, there's this books, well, magical shop on the way there. Um, you know, I think we should check that, see if the owner may have seen her.
Okay, well, let's go.
All right, so you guys pack up your stuff for at least being able to go through the city, and you head out. On your way, it's a fairly busy um, afternoon. People seem to be traveling, and carts are driving by and whatnot. It's pretty hefty of a day. All right, so you guys are walking through the city streets. You find a few places here and there, and you reach kind of the crossroads where the side street of Curios and Mysteries is. Let's see. Let's grab that info. You head down the side street and you manage to get to the front. It's a fairly well bolstered store. It looks clean, organized. You know, a nice shade of green with gold inlay for the signage, whereas a more of a dark hunter's green is the building shade. Tan shutters, clean windows, a nice, strong redwood door seems to greet you. Warm light comes from the interior.
Okay. I'll walk in and first take a look around.
Okay. As you guys enter, the smell of fine incense and patchouli hits your nostrils as you enter. There seems to be a tray with some slow embering sage in the corner, smoke wafting up from it.
Do I see one of two things? Do I see any books or bookshelves that with books on them, or the owner?
There seems to be some bookshelves to the left and to the right. Um, in the center, there's actually a couple of pedestals with glass coverings over it and various objects underneath on velvet pillows. You see in the back a woman um, seems to be half elven in stature, fairly decently long ears, a gold headband around her long black flowing hair. She's wearing a golden kind of silk looking robe.
And what race is Leah again?
She's
She
half
human?
elven as well.
Half elf. Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, she's
Um,
wood elf. Wood elf.
what elf? Okay. Well, I wouldn't know that, but I would just know she's an elf.
Yeah, she's elven.
Um, but so I'll walk up to the lady and say, "Excuse me, ma'am. You wouldn't have happened to see an elven lady come through with yesterday with she would have been holding a staff and had her pet wolf with her."
Oh, yes. Sorry. Uh, she puts down a book she was holding. Uh, I'm sorry. I didn't seem to have anybody like that come in. Uh, is there anything I could help you with potentially?
Where we seem to have misplaced our friend. We're worried she may have gotten into trouble. She's kind of a bookworm. I was hoping she'd pass through here in searching for whatever book she's looking for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't seen anybody like that before.
Can I insight
Can I?
check
As
that?
I was about to say, that's the same thing. Can I insight check?
Yeah, sure. Both you guys roll insights. Okay. Uh, to both of you guys, she seems earnest. Zaris, with you saying that you seem to have misplaced your friend, there's kind of like a subtleness of concern almost in her eye as you're looking at her and speaking to her. Um, but other than that, she seems earnest and you know fully cooperative.
Are we at the library that she was at?
No, we're at like a book. We're at like a magic store with
Oh,
like lots of
okay.
books. Did you have any elven patrons yesterday that were female, particularly interested in books, come through? She might have left her pet out, or she might have left her wolf outside.
Um, nobody elven came in yesterday. I can't say that I did. Usually, I'm pretty good about remembering faces and people that I meet.
Are there other places that have a high concentration of books in the city?
Um. Well, I mean, high concentration of books. I mean, there's lots of places. Many of the temples have religious books. I mean, I know there are a couple of few bookstores in the city.
Well,
The
she
the
has this book
books.
laying on her bed, so I'm assuming that she's looking for books similar to this one in nature, and I want to show her the book that was on the bed about the Shadowfell.
Okay. She kind of takes the book and she begins to look through and stuff. Huh. I mean, I myself have never been interested in the Shadowfell, but I mean, books of this nature are potentially a Temple of the Raven Queen, or I mean, the only other place I could think of that might have a large collection of books on the other planes and stuff might be the Calicophora, but other than that, I don't know exactly. As she hands the book back, I don't know where you could potentially find something like that.
I kind of lean in and whisper to uh, Shao. Isn't the Calicophora the magical community that she's a part of?
I'm not
Uh,
sure.
Yeah.
I don't think she really ever mentioned where she came from. We just know that she came from somewhere.
Well, we know she was a student at Bixby University or whatever,
Blick
which
Axe.
was, but yeah, whatever, Flickack. And I knew she told us what university she came from, but that's about all I know. At least I remember.
Well, she came from some magic place, so we might as well check the big place at the very
Yeah,
least.
I don't know if she would go to a temple. That's not the kind of books she was looking for.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. You've been a very big help. We think that we're going to check out the big library.
And the library is in the rich district. You said, right? The Calicophora was.
Yes, it is. And
Okay.
actually, the Calicophora Maxima is a point on the map, so it's fairly easy to locate.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that and just for reference, where's the temple on the map? The Raven Temple.
Wait, there's a Raven Queen temple here?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Oh, well,
I'm assuming there's temples for lots of different gods here, because this is the capital of
I would
the
assume that there's
entire.
room for probably every god
Yeah.
of the pantheon.
This is the capital of No Haven, so.
Yes. So of the pantheon, there is a temple to the Raven Queen. There is a temple to Shantae. There is one to Arathis, Halor, and there is also one to Joaquin and Cord.
And is the Raven Queen temple in the Rich District?
The Raven Queen Temple is in the. It is in the Quartz Quarter.
Okay.
That's
So
kind of, and that's actually the Quartz Quarter is where a lot of the religious locations are. So that's where the
probably the religious district. kind of
It's
thing.
more of the religious district, as it's also the largest district, section, as it's mostly residential.
Well, if she's in the rich district, the only logical place left would be the library. It's the only that it's the best place for books, and if your spirit Gundor confirms she's there, maybe she just got stuck reading books at the library and fell asleep.
I'm not sure.
I mean, she is a student. I mean, I'd see her more falling asleep in the library than a Raven Queen temple. Not too many people can stand the sight.
Well, I think we should head there. Hopefully, hopefully she didn't get into trouble.
I mean,
Well, I guess we go.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so you guys are gonna head over to the Calicoforum Maxima.
Yep.
Correcto.
Okay. All right, so you guys head over there, and getting to go there. None of you have ever actually been to a location of the Calicophora, so bearing witness to this, and it's almost like it almost looks like the Capitol building in DC, where it's pristine white marble with a large domed center. However, um, it's much larger than the Capitol building. It's more of like a university building where it's got large wings to the left and to the right. Um, and even though I gave the description before, you're able to see stuff to the back. That the building goes deeper from the large doors that are open, but you can't necessarily see the back end of the building. Gold runes inscribe the pillars that hold the building up, and marble inlaid steps lead you up to a red carpet that is plush and very soft to step on. As you enter, there is a large circular mahogany desk surrounding a mahogany kind of cubby pillar where people are stuffing brass cylinders into. And as you look up, there are various brass cylinders or brass pipes that seem to be coming up from the center of it and shooting off in different directions up at the roof. So, you all are within the Calicophora Maxima. Where do you wish to go?
This place is huge.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Is there the center mahogany thing? There's someone there that looks like they work here.
Yeah, there's like probably I don't know 5 or 6 people manning the desk. Some are stuffing papers into these brass cylinders. Others are putting the brass cylinders into various holes and pulling brass cylinders out of other holes.
Okay. Can I just walk up to one of them and ask, excuse me, where's the library?
Sorry, the library's in the back, back that way. Do you have a member of the Calicophora with you?
We believe she's already here. She didn't, she didn't come back last night. We're trying. We have a strong feeling she came here, and I think she didn't leave.
Well, I mean, if you want to check, you can. There'll be a front desk in the back that they can help you further.
Thank you.
Xiao's just kind of like skipping around the room, looking at everything in awe. That looks interesting to her.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're looking around, you know, you see various things. You know, there's people walking around with, you know, fine silk robes, and you know, there are high elves and wood elves and humans, dwarves, you know, you name it. You know, they are here. Most, if not all, wearing super fine garments. Some have books out. Others are talking in conversation and whispers. Um, some seem to be muttering under their breath. Others are seem to be doing symbols, or you know, practicing hand motions of some sort. Um, you know, the left wing showed you know, dozens of doors on the left and right. People entering and exiting. To the right hand side, um, again, dozens of doors, but seemingly younger groups of people, uh, and uh, larger groups, probably groups of like 7 or 8, seem to be clustered in various points in the hallways. And towards the back, other people are walking back and forth with larger quantities of books, um, among the stained glass windows that seem to be to the left and right.
Okay, as Xiao's like skipping towards the back, do we get at the desk? Do we get to the desk that's in the back?
Yeah, you guys get to the desk.
Hi, was there a woman with a wolf here yesterday?
This kind of mousy looking woman with wireframe glasses, colored gold. Yes, there was, and she was not admitted to the library as she did not have a sponsor.
Oh, that's odd. She should have had a sponsor. Did she mention that she was with the Iron Legion, or that she came from like some college overseas?
I cough. Lost Legion.
What did I say?
Iron Legion.
Oh, my bad.
No, she did not make any mention, but she did not have a sponsor from this branch of the Calicophora. However, it seems like her wolf seemed to have gotten lost, so one of our animal caretakers actually has him currently.
Is there any chance that we could retrieve him?
Well, if you could take him off of her hands, yes. As she has more important things to deal with.
And when was the last time you saw our elf friend?
I don't know. Probably, you know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday.
Well, do you mind if we take a look around, see if we can find her?
Yes, we do mind. The library is only accessible to Calicophora members only.
What if we told you that we are searching to help the realm? You know, you do realize that the Emperor was recently attempted to be killed, correct?
Yes, I do realize. However, I don't know how a group of miscreants such as yourselves have anything to do with that. So, please, leave.
Miscreants? You
Not-
do realize that we were the decisive factor in the war in the south, correct?
I'd be hard pressed to find that.
I mean, that's just common knowledge. You just look up, ask around for information about the Lost Legion. You'll hear plenty. But look, we're not here to cause any trouble. We're just here to find our friend. If you can lead us to her wolf, um, I'm sure he can help us find
If you go to the front desk, ask for animal handler Zara Mahalda, and they will point you in the right direction.
her. All right, I'll start briskly walking toward the front desk.
Joe just kind of like sticks her tongue out at her and then turns around and walks with Zaris.
Alvor contemplates murder as he walks with Zaris.
Gundor just looks around. All these books, and they're still not wise enough to get their head out their ass.
Knowledge.
When I get to the front desk, I ask for what Zara, whoever the animal handler.
Zara
I forget the
Martha.
last name.
Zalara Mahalda.
Close.
Yeah, that
Do you have an appointment with her, or?
She
We're here
has.
for the dog.
She found a wandering wolf. That's our. He happens to be a companion of ours, so we're here to collect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, certainly. Left wing, second floor, fourth door on the right. If you go down all the way to the end, the staircase up to the second floor, balconies, you'll find her there.
Okay. I'll start heading that way, whilst keeping an eye out for I don't know, anyone. I don't know, anyone that looks like Leah. I'll just keep an eye out for Leah as we walk. See if she's just up around somewhere.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys are walking. Make a perception check.
I shall assist him with my role.
We're all making perception.
I will not assist him.
Assist him. Alright.
Are we all making checks? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you all can.
I guess so.
It'd be a
Yeah.
group check because we're all here looking for her, so I guess it can be a group check. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, cleric's office game.
So, you don't see Leah around at all. But you do see a couple people are kind of giving you weird looks. Like, why are you all here? Like, you know. But they keep on their way. Nobody's following you or anything or whatnot. So, you go up to the second floor and, you find her office, and door's closed.
I knock loudly.
You hear the familiar bork of Z at the door.
Bork.
Bork,
Hearing
bork,
the door,
bork.
hearing Z on the other side of the door, I try to open the door.
Okay.
Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked. And as you start to open the door, you hear, just a moment, just a moment. And,
I'll continue opening the door.
okay. So you open the door. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh man.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
The 100 pounds of Z leaps at you and onto you, essentially. And seeing that it's someone familiar, Z gets super excited, and he's like coming up at you and like licking your guys' face, and he's like spinning around in circles. He's just so excited to see you all. People he knows.
Shell is disappointed that she's not getting hopped on like Zara.
Oh no, she like Z's hopping in between of you guys, like
Oh, good.
complete over like sensory overload, doggo, right
Shell
now.
just gets down on her knees and she's like, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" And she like pets him.
And gives you like all the kisses on the face.
I try to call Z over to me and try to calm him down.
Okay. Yeah, and you manage to like after like 3 or 4 minutes, like he manages to like calm down. He's like laying down, but like the tail's still going like 30 miles an hour. But like he's like sitting and like calming.
While like kind of petting his head to keep him calm, I ask him, Z, where's Leah?
He kind of like you know, like puts his head down and kind of the tail stops wagging a bit. He whimpers a little bit.
Did you lose her here?
Where is she? Take us to her.
Yeah, show us where you lost her, Z.
As soon as you ask that question, you see out of a secondary room, uh, a door closes behind a human woman, fairly lithe in stature, probably about 6 feet tall. So she's tall for a human. Um, she's got a shaved head, ebony skin, and 3 piercings on her right ear. I'm so sorry about that. Um, I see that you found our latest friend. How can I help you? Why are you in my office?
The thing is, this is actually our wolf, so we'll be taking him with us if you don't mind. And we're here for our friend as well, who we suspect came here yesterday, but she did not meet back up with us this morning.
You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you?
I actually do not.
She's this wolf is her companion.
Okay.
Where did you find?
Yeah.
Where did you find Z?
Well, he was just roaming the library halls. Honestly, everybody was confused as to how he got in there. But yeah, I was promptly called, and I guess he hadn't eaten for a couple of hours because he was kind of pawing at people for food, it seemed. So, just a little coaxing with some, nuggets of chicken and stuff. He followed me, and he's friendly enough.
Well, it's not like our friend to just leave him behind, and this was her last known location. Are you absolutely sure that you don't know where she is?
Yeah, I seen anybody. What does she like? What's she look like?
She's a half elf.
I just nudge Shao and say, "Do the thing."
Oh yeah, she looks like this, and I change into the appearance of Leah.
Oh wow, that's quite a trick. I've never seen that before.
Oh, it's not a trick. I'm a changeling.
That is quite interesting, actually. Um, I think many people around here would be interested in knowing that, and potentially a few people that might be put. Uh,
Will they
but
pay me if I let them look at me?
uh,
Whoa, now.
she just kind of gives you like this look, like I'm not sure about that. But maybe a few people might be interested in talking to you and about your experiences and stuff like that.
Well, I'm also from the biplane. I wonder if they'd be interested in that.
That might be even more interesting. But I digress. Anyways, about your current figure, haven't seen anybody like that before. I mean, you could potentially ask around and see if anybody's seen your friends, this woman, you know, around. But I'm not sure about.
Well, you wouldn't happen to be able to give us permission to go into the library, where because if you found Z in the library, Leah must be around there somewhere.
I mean, it is a possibility. This place is, as you've probably witnessed, quite enormous. So,
If you were to
I mean,
escort us, would it be possible for
the
you to sponsor us to look around?
yeah, the librarian, no offense, seemed kind of snobby. We're not here to like steal any information. We're just here to find our friend.
snobby, yes. She can be a bit of for lack of a better term, a bitch sometimes. So, unfortunately, are any of you practicing arcanists or anything, or anything like that?
I
Wizards,
at that
sorcerers, druids.
at that I put my hand on my hip and cast prestidigitation, make like sparks fly from my hand, and say, um, you know, oh, I've got plenty of magic.
Gundor raises his hand. I can speak to spirits. Sometimes.
I
I'll
can shoot
cast
things.
prestidigitation as well. So we're all somewhat talently gifted, magically gifted.
Okay. Well, I mean, try to sponsor you. I mean, if you're simply just trying to take a quick gander around and see where your friend might be, I can come down to the library with you and look for you. But
We appreciate it. We're sure that Z will be able to pick up her scents.
Yeah, if she was in the library, hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully her scent hasn't faded too much.
well, I mean, we can always try. All right, so you all head down to the library, passing the main desk and coming up to the front desk of the library. The secretary looks up and kind of gives a glance to you all, especially with Z in tow. I see you're back.
In front of the librarian, I want to change to my changeling form. Then use unsettling visage. Like, I want to use unsettling visage while I go into my changeling form to try to like give her a jump scare.
Okay. What's your roll a straight charisma check for me. She seems unfazed by it.
Xiao looks disappointed.
I see you've returned, Zalar, with these miscreants.
Heroes.
Matilda, it's not nice to be unnice. Just leave them be, okay? They're outsiders. They don't know anything. Well, clearly they're outsiders. They don't know anything. Especially the way things run around here.
We're about to be murder hobos.
Just look, they're trying to find their friend who was clearly down here before, and you know, um, they seem to be missing, and they can't be found. Well, I told her to fill out the proper paperwork and to find a sponsor from this branch. It's either that or a sponsor could be assigned to her within 21 days.
Ma'am, have you ever gotten laid?
Okay, well, since we are trying to find, her friend, her friends are worried about her, and look, I am going to be going into the library. These friends, acquaintances of mine, are going to be accompanying me the entire time, and, we are going to. If we don't find her, we don't find her, and we will leave you to your ever so important papers and books. Well, as long as you don't get in my way, and you don't get in the way of the other librarians, it is fine. Just make sure that you're quick, hasty, and they don't read anything they're not supposed to.
So you would like to be left in silence, right?
She just kind of like stares at you.
Well, once she kind of gives us the okay, I just want to kneel down to Z and say, Z, do you think you can pick up her scent? Where did you last see her? And I'll inspire Z by giving him ear scratches.
Okay. Alright, so you guys go into the library. Z starts sniffing around and attempting to locate Leah with inspiration.
And he also has advantage on things that go off of sense.
Correct. Wow, that's some pretty bad rolls.
I know,
God
and
damn.
what's your
It's a
is it
D8.
D8?
Yeah. So 10. Yikes.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
so
those are so bad.
I know they are really bad. So Z starts sniffing around. He kind of follows the track, um, for a little while, but then he starts to kind of get lost, and kind of starting to sniff around and like pawing at books and stuff. It seems like he's either lost the scent and the trail, or he's not able to discern Leah's scent from the other smells around here.
When in the general area where Z seems to have lost the scent, can I look around to see if anything of Leah's was like left behind, like maybe part of her cloak got torn off, or like any signs that she was here?
Ooh, can I help with this? This is tracking. I'm good at this.
Yeah. So I would say, Shao, roll a survival check, and then Zaris, investigation.
Booyah!
Okay. So the two of you working together, trying to locate Leah, you start looking around and whatnot. You come to a point where, let's see, I'm trying to remember what exactly happened that session.
Gotta take better notes.
I believe we left off with her like going invisible because she heard footsteps or something.
Here you go. So you actually, Shao and Zaris as well, you guys pick up dog footprints up to a brass gate that seems to be locked with a set of doors behind it. Um, Seemingly to be Z's paw print. Zaris, you kind of like pick up Z's foot and like put it next to one of the paws, and it's the same exact size. So you know that Z at this point had gotten to, this brass gate and was there.
What's past here?
Oh, that's the restricted section of the library. Unfortunately, you need to have clearance in order to get in there, and I unfortunately do not have that clearance. I'm not high enough in the ranks, unfortunately. And especially with guests, we are not getting in there.
Okay, we'll come back later.
Can I peer through the gate? Like, does the gate have like grates and stuff?
Well, yeah, it's a gate. I mean, the bars are probably about inch and a half, 2 inches in between.
Can I kind of like peer through the gate and see, like if there's anyone in there, or any like books just lying about in there, or what I can see from the gate?
Well, there's about 5 feet till you reach a set of double mahogany doors, and the doors are closed.
Oh, so it's a gate and then
Yes.
doors that I can't see.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you remember from last session, Leah turned into a butterfly and flew through the gate and then crawled underneath of the door.
And she just left Lee behind.
Well, she told Z to stay there.
Right. Okay. So there's no chance that we could even get in there to peek around, just for like a quick second.
Unfortunately, no. Unless you.
I'll make it worth your while, and I jingle my bag of coins.
Unfortunately, I don't want to have to be locked away for the rest of my life, trying to get in there. So, I would recommend not attempting to either bribe me to get us in there or otherwise.
That's fine. We'll just come back later.
And
We'll come back when we get approval. I'm sure that I can get it.
I'm assuming you have some kind of plan, Joe.
Oh, don't worry about it. We can discuss it later.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right, Shaw. We can discuss it later. I totally forgot. Alvar does like a nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, it takes years to be able to get that kind of clearance, and you have to have fairly good connections to be able to get into those restricted sections. It's either that or have permission and accompaniment from somebody who might have clearance, and that's for very specific books and you know, a predetermined meeting and arrival things, so everything prepared in the restriction to prevent prying eyes, shall I say.
So you don't know how we would get in there, or who we'd have to talk to get in there, do ya?
I mean, I know who you would have to talk to. Unfortunately, they probably will not even consider meeting you. Uh, you know how high elves can get. But unfortunately, you know, if your friend attempted to get in there and she got caught, she might be in a world of pain right now.
If she did get caught, where would she be? Do you have a dungeon or something?
Uh, Not necessarily here. However, there are sub-levels to the laboratory and university sections of the Maxima, but other than that, there's no dungeons or anything as per around here.
So where would you keep someone that was snooping around?
I mean, honestly, if somebody was snooping around and they got caught, they would probably be uh, shackled or indisposed of some method, and then transported swiftly to one of the Fora's more, shall you say, secure locations.
Well, technically they haven't committed any federal crime, correct? Is it really within their jurisdiction to be able to lock people away like this?
The Calico
Private
Fora,
property.
even though you know, they are within the realm of the you know, the No Hayden Empire, they have rules of their own, and if they wish to be have someone disappear, they can make it happen. And usually, if the Empire asks, usually whatever the local jurisdiction, they will receive an answer, but usually it will be tongue in cheek, shall you say?
I see.
Well, who do we need to talk to? Who would she have been handed off to, or where would she be shackled in this building? We need to kind of cover all our ground.
I mean that I'm not sure of. I mean, it would honestly, it would depend on who caught her, if she was even caught at that point, if she even ended up in the restriction.
Oh, it's very
It,
possible that she could have. She can be very persuasive.
well, I mean, unfortunately, I haven't met your friend, and you know, it just depends on, you know, what's happened. Unfortunately, coming from a scientific standpoint, there are too many variables in this equation to really calculate the outcome, shall we say.
kind of just looked at everyone else. What do we do now?
We can bust the walls down and I scream for her.
How about we just go back to the inn and discuss this later?
Yeah, that's probably the best bet.
Hold on, I want to try one more thing. I shout Leah at the top of my lungs. Leah!
Like 4 people out in the main sector just shh.
It's okay, guys. He has Tourette's. Just there's no need for that.
Zalara just like puts her hands up, just like, okay, we don't have to be. We don't have to do that. Please don't make more of an interruption than.
Just,
Okay.
I didn't know if she was hanging
Guys,
around here and we just couldn't find her. Maybe she heard me. She'll come to us.
Look, we can take, another gander around the rest of the library as well. But honestly, with that, if she hasn't answered or she doesn't come running to us, she's probably not here.
Or she is here and you're hiding her.
I
Well, in any
don't-
case, we can just discuss this later as a group. Come on, guys.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, and seeing that she didn't immediately like come out, I guess we'll just start heading out of the library.
All right.
As we're leaving the library, Shao wants to note all the features that she can remember about the old lady and her clothing.
You mean the front desk lady?
Yep.
Okay. And
The
she's
bitch.
not. She she's not an old lady. She's actually fairly young. She looks to. She's human. But she seems to be in her like, mid-20, early 30s.
Oh, she's young and a bitch.
The snobby librarian.
A bitch
name's
is still
Karen.
a bitch. Respect the drip, Karen.
Name's actually Matilda, but
No, it's Karen now. I'm sorry.
it's Karen now. Whatever you say, Karen. My name's not Karen, bitch. Alright, so, as you guys, leave the front of the Calicophora, saying farewell to Zalara and, bringing Z along in your tracks, we're unfortunately going to end our session there. Because there's more to the storyline and we're missing the most important person. Unfortunately now.
Oh, feels bad.
Yeah. Hopefully
Hey.
she's feeling okay.
Yeah, tell her I hope she feels better.
I guess my internet's crapping out because I didn't hear any of that.
Session's
Yeah.
over, we're done though.
Yeah, session's
Okay.
over, we're donezo. Mostly because we're missing Leah and we have to hear what the other half of the story is before we can go with
Yeah.
your shenanigans.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Understandable.
yeah.
I
Out
feel
of
like-
character, if Leah doesn't find us, we're breaking into that restricted section.
Oh,
Mention
I'm
I'm a
going-
changeling with magic armor, and yeah, that's all you need to know.
We're killing Karen.
We're killing Karen.
No. We're not going that far yet. But if things
Maybe
don't go our way, no.
I'd like to
If things don't go our
avoid
way
going
initially,
evil.
well, if things don't go our way initially, I can just charm her ass. Okay. I've got friends. I've got charm person. I've got suggestion. We Gucci.
Yikes, I don't like how this is sounding.
I have a lot of charm spells, aka.
There's a more peaceful way to go about this.
Peaceful ways aren't
Well,
that fun.
I'm just saying if we get caught, like we're gonna try and sneak in, of course. But if we get caught, I can just charm her and say, "You didn't see anything," and start, Jedi mind trick her and to walk away.
Do I
Is
have
she
a
an
paralysis
elf?
poison? Oh no, that's right, my paralysis poison failed.
I think she was half elf.
Okay.
yeah.
Who? The front lady? Or
Matilda,
Karen.
the bitch.
Human.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Not a
Yes.
charms.
Yes. Bye bye, Karen.
And Leah is a wood elf. She's not a half elf. Amaya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think she actually ever said she was like a half elf or anything. But even or what race she said she was. Um
I knew she was some sort of elf.
I think we just said like she had like fayish features.
yeah, something like that. But also for being a wood elf, she's very pale skinned. Like she doesn't have the usual yellowish or greenish tint to her skin. It's more of like a whitish green almost. So think Irish with a little green thrown in there.
Got it.
Because she has red hair as well.
Okay.
So alrighty. Well, thank you for watching Twitch and YouTube. If you're on Twitch, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell to make sure you know when we're streaming.
Yep,
For
slap that
YouTube,
bell with your forehead.
VOD will be available.
It's for Twitch too.
Potentially not sure if previous episodes will be deleted, but all of our VODs will be available on YouTube. Go to what's the channel name?
Tabletop Adventures.
Yep.
Tabletop Adventures on YouTube.
And for all you longtime viewers, whoever you may be, yes, that does mean Alvar's carpet bomb run is lost forever. Thank you. I just wanted that to be out there.
But on the bright side, the blind and deaf shenanigans are not.
Yep.
Mint.
So, and if you're on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up like button to help the YouTube algorithm, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when new VODs are up.
Yeah.
Thank you for
All right,
watching.
guys.
Leave a
Erudis,
comment on what you think will happen next.
Yep, because I have a very, very interesting storyline lined up for Leah.
That sounded
Which really-
evil as fuck.
Leave down
I
the
don't like
comments
that.
if you think we're gonna murder Karen.
Yes, that's the most evil that's going to be happening
Yes.
next session.
Yes.
But wizardry trying to find magical secrets in the restricted section shenanigans will ensue next time. So,
Yep.
thank you for watching, and tune in next time to Erudis Realm of Wonder.